What's happening, lunatics? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new around here. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to have another music reaction, and today we're going to check out the band Existentialist. We're going to check out their song and video entitled Death Before Death. Now, I must admit, I'm not familiar with this band whatsoever. They just randomly popped up into my feed, and I thought, hey, let's check this out. From what I can tell, they seem to be based out of the UK, and they play a mix of black metal and death metal. So, without further ado, let's check it out. Cool logo. A funky stylistic kind of look to it. It's cool. Liking the orchestrated elements so far. Definitely an interesting look to this. We got a little bit of a GoreCore element going on here as well. Yeah, man. nice little change here. Cool video, a little bit unique in comparison to what I typically see. Now we're gonna rip a lead. Here's some levitation. And there we have it. That's my first time checking out the band Existentialist, and I definitely enjoyed this. In the intro, I mentioned that they were a mix of black metal and death metal, and that was based off of hashtags in their description. I would say there's a bit of a deathcore element here too. Maybe this would be symphonic black and deathcore. Again, subgenres are silly. You know, they definitely tread a fine line, so I don't think it's important. Either way, the music was fantastic here. I definitely enjoyed it. Thought the video was very artistic looking. Again, anything that's done in black and white always kind of adds to that artistic feel, but even just the way it was put together was great. I'm going to assume this was a lot of green screen, but very nicely done, very creative as far as I'm concerned. Definitely had, you know, a dark look to it and kind of gloomy and evil, and I liked the elements that they added to this. It was just cool. Musicianship here was top notch for sure. The drums were definitely blistering, but it changed things up again. We got a couple breakdowns in there. We got some hyper beats, but they brought the blast beats, so great stuff there. Guitar and bass work was fantastic. Nice melodies taking place there. A lot of tremmed riffs, as well as some heavy chunking riffs in the breakdowns there. And the vocals are definitely sick. A nice high screech there as we started out, but then I was wondering, are we going to get any gutturals in this? And I think there might have been layered vocals there. It was a little hard to tell in my earbuds, but it did sound like there was lows mixed in. But then we got into some full-on gutturals as well, so I'm glad they mixed things up to keep it interesting. I always find now with bands, when they only do one sort of vocal throughout a song, sometimes it gets kind of stale depending on the style. It does work for some people, but for the most part, I like variety in vocals, and they definitely hit the marks here. So great stuff. And again, always very difficult to judge a band based off of one song only, so I'd have to hear more about this band before having a really concrete opinion on the band. I'd probably have to hear a few of them, honestly, because this might be one of their best songs. Maybe the rest of them are no good. Maybe this is one of their weaker songs, and there are other stuff I would prefer. So if anyone has a suggestion for another song I should check out, let me know. I also don't know if this band's newer or if they've been around for a while. Don't know anything about it. This was a blind reaction. I was just curious to check it out since it looked interesting. But yeah, here we are. I enjoyed it. Great stuff. If you enjoyed this, I highly recommend you go check them out and see what you think. And if you enjoy them, support them like any band that you enjoy. Of course, if you have a moment to support this channel, please subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Impale that like button. And if you'd like to get our future updates, stab the notification bell down below for that. Also, don't forget about those socials down below. You can follow me on all of the major platforms. Of course, the original link is down there as well. And if you'd like to check out my band, Dagger, we play symphonic black and deathcore stuff as well. There's some links down below for that. If you take the time to listen to something, I'd be happy to get some feedback from you. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of your support and taking the time to watch these videos. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much. Hope everybody has a great day. Cheers, everybody. Stay sick.